gentlemen, welcome to the IEW Phase 3 The Query post-show. Of course, presented by Dysfunction and brought to you by Generator Express. I am the Guido alongside Jeff the Ref, Mike Midas, and the Gym City Mouse and Miz. Guys, we had a hell of a night of action.
Hell of a night is an understatement. We had a dysfunction, no pun intended.
But you have to admit, every match had a great point to it. But Guido, I mean, let's start off with that first match. I mean, that was the eye-opener of the show.
Exactly. Dysfunction, Brendan Espinosa, Kyle Roberts, and new member Jodi Ultra going up against the Great Heathen Army, Rynar the Hooligan, Rxyxr Wolfsbane, and Dear Coulter. All three members of the Great Heathen Army, three members of Dysfunction. Wow.
And with that tonight, we also have new tag team champions in the Great Heathen Army. Yes, there was a mix-up. Yes, there was a misunderstanding. It was for the tag team championships.
Yeah, that's exactly. That was news to me, unfortunately, but yeah. So now we have new tag champions in the Great Heathen Army. And you got to think that Dysfunction, having that stake in the company, will want to get those titles back.
All right. I mean, how's this going to play out for the next show or the next month or next month after that?
100% Jeff the Ref.
It's gonna come.
All right, well, moving on to our next match, a triple threat. Iorio, Eagle Eye, and the debut of Lazarus Rose.
It was a magical match.
I mean, yeah, you have to admit, Lazarus Rose, definitely someone to keep your eye on, especially considering the fact that Iorio took that staff from him, but somehow out of nowhere, he had another staff.
He poofed a magic trick right out of his hats of voodoo knowledge. And Lazarus Rose came out that win on his debut in IEW.
And that's the thing. It's making your stake in IEW, making your name. And he did it in a triple threat. It wasn't a singles match, nothing. He did it in a triple threat.
Yes, seriously.
Two great competitors, too. Eagle Eye is somebody you cannot take your eyes off of. The man flies around the ring like he's magic. No pun intended there, with Lazarus Rose winning by magic. And Iorio, what can you say about that guy? He just keeps on ticking, man. We said it earlier. That man just keeps on going like the Energizer Bunny.
I mean, Iorio going through some great personal growth. In his great growth in his personal life. You have to think that eventually something big's going to come professionally.
100%.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that leads us to our triple threat tag match as Project Ego, the Revolution, and Dragon's Guild collided.
And once again, we saw in Project Ego where egos collided. Johnny 5-Star was trying to do some 5-star, maybe.
I think 5-star Jesse J, you mean, but.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. What'd I say?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, 5-star Jesse J. My bad. It's been a heated night tonight. That's all.
Yes, the egos collided amongst Project Ego because they couldn't see eye to eye on what they want to do or how they want to finish the match.
Well, here's the thing. I'm tongue-tied because we're talking about the match now. And when we were talking about the match during the show, we were tongue-tied because the action was so impactful. Oh, the tag team division in IEW right now is stacked by no parts of the word, man. It is, stacked.
And once again, we had the biggest showing of Ego of all of them in Chris Exodus.
What do you mean that showing of Ego in Chris Exodus?
He grabbed a hold of the referee.
Yeah, because the referee wasn't doing his job.
I mean, it's still, you don't touch the referees. I'm with Mike on this. Like, why are you grabbing the ref? Even you can have your biased opinion on the ref that was involved. Yes. Does he maybe have a pocketbook bigger than yours because Dysfunction's paying him? Possibly. But you still don't touch a ref, correct? Jeff the ref?
Exactly. Now, can we say that he actually grabbed him? I think maybe he might have tripped a little bit and grabbed a hold of the referee. Come on now. I mean, you said yourself that action was going so fast you couldn't keep up.
That is true.
I think what happened was Chris Exodus tripped and fell and happened to grab Freddie Jack Funkhouse's jersey.
Look at you. Jeff thought I was still a ref. Making some biased BS.
No, it's not biased.
Trying to say he tripped. He grabbed the ref and threw him down and made him count.
It's what you call a hypothesis, right? Okay? And what could have happened.
And this is the reason Exodus and LRide got thrown out of the building.
Yes, let's talk about that. How about Dysfunction's Jodi Ultra coming in and throwing him out? Him and his tater tot assassin.
Well, which is very interesting because Jodi Ultra, when he was interviewed by Jeff the Ref, was saying that he wanted to fight Chris. He wants to fight Chris. He blames Chris Exodus for all of his problems, personally, professionally. He'll probably blame it. He'll probably blame it for a few other things. That's the thing before everything's all said and done.
Right, Chris Exodus is one man, okay? There was 6 men in that ring tonight. Anything could have happened.
Well, Dragon Guild did come out the victors in that triple threat match. No discount to the Revolution, because the Revolution, Chase Parkers, Anthony Lopez, man, those dudes are somebody to keep your eyes on. And I'm happy they're here in IEW in our tag team division. I can tell you that right now. Let's see what happens with Project Eagle. There was miscommunications. Dragon Guild still got the victory. They got the boot. Were kicked out of the arena.
Dragon's Guild cheated once again.
Well, you know that something's going to come down the line between Jodi Ultra and Chris Exodus. And, well, it's a good thing he's got Dysfunction.
And I'm going to do my darndest to make sure Freddie Jack's the referee for that match.
Well, I tell you what, if it comes down to it, next month or the month after that, if I have to put on the black and white stripes again to make sure things go straight.
Can you even still count? Jeff the not-so-ref?
I believe I can count higher than you,
Okay.
except when it comes to your scale at home.
Oh.
Well, we're going to move on to our fourth match, our first championship match of the evening for the IEW Midwest Championship. As Johnny B of Class Action defended against Navi Kai, but of course...
Oh, no, of course. He's still the champion. He's still number one.
He's champion by disqualification.
Hey, still champion.
Still champion.
He had help.
Golden Circle still brings the money home.
But the important thing is, Navi Kai got the W. He is going to excel, and he tried to excel in that match later on tonight as well. He is a strong young man with a strong young mind. Whatever Class Action wants to put in front of him, he's going to come to those barricades, and he's going to find ways to go over those barricades.
And let's not forget the fact that Navi Kai put his hands on an unlicensed person.
Oh, are you talking about James Allen Marks?
Yes.
So we're back to that again? I mean...
Well, that's
I
the
mean-
thing. In order to be here, he had to sign a manager's license.
That is true. He is permitted to be there because he signed a license.
That's unfortunate. No fault you get hit.
He did. But he had no business getting his hands... No business getting hands put on him. There's going to be another class action lawsuit on IEW's shoulders that they have to bear.
What was he doing in the ring anyway?
He was celebrating with his guys because Johnny B's still champion.
Before the match?
After the match. It was after the match.
No, that'll
The
happen
match
during
is
the-
over with. And Parasite had to stick his nose in. And
Angelo Grimsley.
Grimsley had to
No
stick
more
his
money.
nose in. Dragon Guild got kicked out of here. He should have taken his bags and went home.
Well, it was those two specific members of Dragon's Guild. But we'll get to that.
I heard Dragon Guild had to go. That's what I heard Jodi Ultra saying.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to our fifth match. You know, we got that. We came back from intermission. Well, there was an announcement made there. We'll get to that in a minute. But gentlemen, third generation monster versus Braveheart. Damien Blackwell, Shawn Valiant. Good Lord, those two tore it down.
Oh my God, Guido, you can't say enough how Damien Blackwell and Shawn Valiant tore this house down. That is, everybody played their hands tonight. Tonight's match, from front to back, was solid match. I'm gonna say right now, right on screen, right on camera, for the world to say, the Gym City Mouth will say this right now, that was match of the night. The main event brought it. Don't get me wrong. The main event brought it. But the amount of respect and the beating that Shawn Valiant took and got the respect at the end by the monster Damien Blackwell, you can't pay for that kind of stuff.
As much as I hate, and I really stress the word hate to agree with you, I do.
It's
I
about
mean-
time you do something right.
Yeah, watch your tone with me, okay?
See, the only
So,
intelligent people
I mean,
at this table
Shawn
are
Valiant,
this side.
Damien Blackwell,
Your
heart
flesh
and soul,
is
heart,
otherwise.
I mean, just non-stop. slugfest, both pulling different things out of their trick book to keep going and keep the match flowing.
In the amount that they had the fans just eating at the palm of their hands, like they were feeding them like little birdies at the pond, having it. Miz can't clap any harder for Shawn Valiant and Damien Blackwell. Damien Blackwell came out the victor.
I mean, and the fans love both of these wrestlers, and they were torn too as who they wanted to see come the victor. But at the end of the night, Damien Blackwell, the heavier guy, taking those leaps off the top rope.
2 splashes. Two. See, I can count.
It took.
I only need one more, and I could be a ref too. Miz the ref.
I don't think we have any 4X shirts, bud.
Oh, dang.
And see, the Guido even discovered that people forgot to feed Damien Blackwell before the match.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It's I don't know what it was. And Shawn Valiant, you have to give him credit. I have not seen Damien Blackwell that ferocious in a wrestling ring.
We most definitely saw a new side of the monster.
I was legit scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Should you have worn the brown pants?
That's a subject for another time. But let's get to another 6-man tag.
Where the Guido should have worn the brown pants.
This match was made during our intermission by Commissioner Douglas O'Shea. Class action in 6-man action against Navi Kai, Angelo Grimsley, and the returning Parasite.
The returning and very disturbed Parasite. And by the end of it all, I don't know if he's Parasite anymore.
No, not at all. I mean, during the match, the mask was ripped off, and then we saw a totally different face, a totally different person. I mean, joining up with Class Action.
I mean, exactly. Parasite has had that symbiotic relationship with Tyler Knight, but it comes through the mask. When the mask was removed, it was simply Tyler Knight. And, well, apparently, James Allen Marks made sense, and in that conversation in the ring, made sense to Tyler Knight, and now Tyler Knight has become a member of Class Action.
Appears to be becoming a member. We don't know quite yet, but it definitely did not go in the favor of Navi Kai and Angelo Grimsley.
Right, yeah. I mean,
The Golden Circle made another wise investment.
Well, we can tell the truth here. And in all honesty, perception is reality. That we're in that situation where Class Action now has another member.
Yeah.
In Tyler Knight. Well, moving on to our main event of the evening. The IEW Heavyweight Championship up for grabs. The Shooter, Jerry Morgan, the IEW Heavyweight Champion, defending against the notorious P.T. Beckham in his match. A submission match.
But you can't put anything past P.T. Beckham. That man, we all know, Miz praises P.T. Beckham, gives him all the flowers that he deserves because he deserves every single bit of it. And tonight he showed it against Jerry Morgan, the Shooter. He showed why he was once our champion, why he still should be potentially our champion. Jerry Morgan still coming out the W, still being the vicious one that he is. It was a sight to be seen.
And unsportsmanship-like conduct from PT after the match.
well, I mean, if you're really looking for anything different, I mean, PT can be a sportsman, all right? But that grueling match, okay? And then PT not coming off with the W because the ref called it and saying that PT couldn't finish.
PT passed out. Jerry Morgan had him so beat down that he
appeared.
The proof was in the camera footage. He literally passed out.
Well, guys, I have to say this. It was the officials' decision. He was hopefully trying to preserve P.T. Beckham's career, possibly even his own health.
I doubt that. I mean, all those chair shots Jerry Morgan gave PT to both of his knees.
And it's really like he homed in 100% on those legs tonight. Those knees were enemy number one to Jerry Morgan, and he made sure that he was going to either break one or make it unwalkable.
Right. I mean, taking off the brace of that right knee and exposing that knee and just beating the hell out of it.
And if you wanted a better call by an official, Mr. Funkhauser should have been the referee for that match.
Totally disagree.
I agree.
No.
Or Jeff the ref could have been in there teaching his refs how to properly do it, because his ref goes, PT's unable. He's done. He's knocked out. He went night-night. He went sleepy.
Well,
I would have been a great fit for that match.
Well, but the thing is, call it what you will, gentlemen. Jerry Morgan is still the Illinois Elite Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
And a great investment.
Through no shortage of effort.
Oh, no doubt.
But he cannot say that tonight in Granite City, he made P.T. Beckham submit, because he didn't. P.T. Beckham's body gave up on him.
Who won?
P.T. Beckham's physical body gave up on him.
Who won? Who won?
It was the referees.
Who won?
It was the referee's decision.
Who won the submission match?
Jerry Morgan.
Who won the submission match?
Can Jerry Morgan sleep tonight?
I think he can. I think
I was the better man.
I think he will sleep very tightly next to that World Heavyweight title, because guess what? He won the submission match. Therefore, P.T. Beckham did not.
He technically
Right.
won. I am not saying anything against Jerry Morgan's effort tonight. His effort got him to keep the Illinois Elite Wrestling Heavyweight title. But he cannot say he got P.T. Beckham to submit.
Now the real question is, and now that the slates kind of died down tonight at the quarry, who is next in line for Morgan's title? Who do you guys have? Who do you guys think even deserves to be next in line for the title? Does PT get a rematch? Because I kind of want to see him go one more time.
That'd be, I mean, a great one. I think what made tonight's match so complicated, because it was a no disqualification submission match. It was so complex that both men went the distance, and like we said, I mean, PT's body gave out. His mind was still going.
No, he wasn't. He was night-night.
Okay.
He didn't know where he was.
Yeah, he had no clue. I mean, he did have enough awareness afterwards when Jerry Morgan tried to be a gentleman, tried to be nice, show him his respect, and he stunned him. Stunned him right in the middle of the ring there, PT did.
That's kind of like an exclamation point to, this is
Not done.
Right.
Well, I mean, you guys are absolutely right. Clearly, it is not over between Jerry Morgan and P.T. Beckham. But you have to admit, there's guys lining up. I mean, Damien Blackwell had a hell of a match. Why shouldn't he be in line?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree. I think he should be one of two guys. And, I mean, aside from Damien, I mean...
I'm calling next month Jerry Morgan, Brendan Espinosa, Freddie Jack Funkhauser as the referee.
You might as well put a pretty pink, pretty purple or red bow or whatever color they're using right now on it.
I mean, tonight was a Dysfunction. We could see SB in the hunt. I say we see potentially a class action member, a Justin Poole, perhaps?
Johnny B.
Johnny B doing Johnny B 2 belts. We are heating up here in Illinois Elite Wrestling into the holiday seasons coming up, and this is the place to be right now.
Now, if you miss a month, you're going to miss a month's worth of action and faces and talent, because IEW is growing, and I just wish that we had more time to talk about this, you know?
And I agree, but unfortunately, guys, we are running out of time. So, final thoughts on Phase 3, The Query. We're going to start with Mike Midas.
It was a wonderful night to be a part of the Golden Circle, Bueno. We had a great showing, and all our guys came out on top in one way or another. And we got that big ego, Chris Exodus, out the damn building.
Zidiz?
Man, I can't speak enough. From front to back, this is one of the hottest cards. I get to sit here with you guys and talk match after match after match. And don't forget, I'm a fan just like everybody else. Tonight I lost myself as a fan in some of those occasions. Damien Blackwell, Shawn Valiant, once again, hats off. P.T. Beckham, Jerry Morgan, hats off. The Lopez, the Revolution. I am so stoked for those guys being here. And once again, like Mike said, I'm glad the guild got kicked out. Like, it's good. It's a dysfunctional night. It's exactly what we want to see. And you're missing out if you're not either subscribed to the YouTube channel of IEW, not on our Facebook channel, and definitely not showing up to these events. You need to be here because this is the place to be.
Final thoughts, Jeff?
Tonight's show was probably like the biggest roller coaster ride you could ever imagine being on. The highs, the lows, the dips, the turns, the twists. It was emotional. It was exciting. I got a lot out of it. I know the fans definitely got a lot out of it. And I think we're going to see more fans next month, and we're going to see more action next month because the roller coaster ride is not over. It's continuing on.
Guido, what about yourself?
Well, before my voice gives out, I'm gonna say, guys, I agree with you. This show was an incredible show. We've got people lining out the door to come see IEW, to be a part of IEW. And and that's the thing. Even with Dysfunction running things, this is the place to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on YouTube. While you're here, please subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications. Follow us on Facebook. And if you want to be part of the action at our next IEW show on October 12th,
get your tickets at Ticket Leaps.
Advanced tickets are available at IllinoisWrestling.ticketleap.com. For Zamiz, for Mike Midas, for Jeff the Ref, I am the Guido. We are done here. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next time for Illinois Elite Wrestling.